The Last Train. The clock in Grand Central Station struck midnight as Claire Bennett, a tenacious journalist, boarded the last train out of the city. She had been investigating a string of mysterious disappearances linked to this very train, and tonight she was determined to uncover the truth. From the moment she stepped onto the platform, Claire felt something was wrong. The usually bustling terminal was eerily silent, and the air seemed heavy with an unseen tension. The few other passengers on the platform looked oblivious, their faces dull and expressionless. The train arrived with an unsettling screech. Claire hesitated but boarded anyway, choosing a seat near the middle. As the train began to move, she noticed the usual rhythmic clatter of the wheels was absent, replaced by an unnatural silence. The train picked up speed rapidly, far faster than any train she had ever been on. Minutes passed, then an hour, and the train showed no sign of stopping. Growing increasingly uneasy, Claire approached the conductor, a tall, gaunt man with hollow eyes. "Where is this train headed?" she asked. "End of the line," he replied without looking at her. "And where is that?" The conductor didn't answer, simply walking away and disappearing into the next carriage. Claire's unease deepened. Determined to find answers, she moved through the train, but the passengers seemed to be in a trance, oblivious to her presence. Then she noticed a door at the far end of the carriage marked, "Do not enter." Ignoring the warning, Claire pushed it open and stepped into a dimly lit carriage. In the center stood an ornate mirror, its surface rippling like liquid. As Claire approached, her reflection twisted, showing her images of herself. Older, haggard, trapped on the train, doomed to ride forever. The mirror wasn't just showing her reflection. It was showing her possible futures, each more terrifying than the last. Suddenly, the train lurched violently, and the mirror's surface began to glow, pulling Claire toward it with an invisible force. She clawed at the floor, trying to resist, but the pull was too strong. Just as she was about to be sucked into the mirror, she remembered the emergency brake. With all her strength, she reached up and yanked it hard. The train screeched to a halt, sending Claire tumbling across the carriage. The pull from the mirror ceased, the shadows dissipated, and the door behind her creaked open. She staggered to her feet, heart pounding, and stepped out onto the platform. To her shock, she found herself back in Grand Central Station, the clock still showing midnight as if no time had passed at all. The station was empty, the train gone. As she caught her breath, Claire noticed something in her hand, the conductor's hat, old and worn, with the name Bennett stitched into the fabric. She dropped it on the platform and hurried toward the exit, vowing never to board the midnight train again. Yet as she walked away, a chilling realization set in. This wasn't over. The train would return for its final passenger, and when it did, she feared she would be unable to resist its call.